Imagine walking through the wilderness, surrounded by nature's beauty, when suddenly you're no longer the apex predator. In a split second, instinct takes over, yours and theirs. From the jungles to the deep sea, real-life encounters with nature's deadliest creatures have ended in unthinkable tragedy. What happens when man comes face to face with a beast and loses? These are the most chilling, real-life tales of fatal animal attacks. Stay tuned, because survival is never guaranteed. Giraffe attacks toddler and mother. Nicole Panos' tragic experience at Kulini Game Park in South Africa reminds us how amazing but unpredictable wildlife can be. Kulini Game Park, located in KwaZulu-Natal, is a popular place for people who want to enjoy nature. Visitors can stay in fancy lodges and explore trails where animals like giraffes, zebras, and wildebeests roam freely. The park lets people get close to wildlife on foot or by bike, but it has strict rules to keep everyone safe. Guests are warned not to feed or approach the animals, as their behavior can change quickly. Nicole, a 25-year-old guide at the park, knew these rules well. On October 20, 2022, she was walking back to her cabin with her 16-month-old daughter when they passed a group of giraffes. Usually calm and gentle, giraffes rarely cause harm to humans. However, something went terribly wrong. One of the giraffes suddenly attacked Nicole and her child. The attack was quick and severe. Nicole was seriously hurt, and her daughter tragically lost her life. Nicole was rushed to a hospital for treatment. This heartbreaking incident shocked the local community and experts who study wildlife. No one knows exactly why the giraffe attacked. Some experts believe the giraffe was protecting its calf. Female giraffes are very protective and may act aggressively if they think their babies are in danger. Nicole and her daughter might have gotten too close without realizing it, causing the giraffe to see them as a threat. After the attack, rumors spread that the giraffe was euthanized. However, the park management denied this, saying the animal was not harmed. The park also reminded everyone about the importance of following safety rules when near wild animals. This tragic event shows that while wildlife is beautiful, it can also be unpredictable. Parks like Kulini offer a rare chance to see animals up close, but it's vital to stay cautious and respectful. Even animals that seem peaceful can react defensively if they feel threatened. The grizzly bear attack in Yellowstone. In 2015, Lance Crosby, a 63-year-old experienced hiker, set out on a solo trek through Yellowstone National Park. Having explored these trails many times before, Lance was no stranger to the risks of bear country. But on this particular day, his experience couldn't protect him from the unexpected. On the afternoon of Friday, August 7, Lance was found dead about half a mile from the Elephant Back Loop Trail, a popular off-trail area near Lake Village. For 5 seasons, Lance had called Yellowstone home, working for MedCorps in its urgent care clinics. Over the years, he'd learned the hard truths of life in bear country, especially what it meant to hike in bear country, where every step could change everything. Later, park officials pieced together the details of the tragedy. A mother grizzly, protecting her cubs, crossed paths with Lance. The attack was sudden and ferocious. Despite his hiking experience, Lance was no match for the powerful bear. His body was discovered partially buried, indicating that the bear had planned to return to the scene. Wildlife biologists set bear traps in the area of the attack on Friday evening. One bear was captured overnight, and biologists confirmed later that it was an adult female grizzly. To date, no other bears have been captured, and traps remain set in the hopes of catching other bears that are in the area. In response, Yellowstone closed parts of the park and euthanized the bear to prevent further incidents. This heartbreaking event serves as a stark reminder that in the wild, experience and knowledge doesn't always guarantee safety. The unpredictability of nature is always lurking, and even the most seasoned hikers can fall victim to its dangers. Shark attack in the Red Sea. In June 2023, a horrifying shark attack shocked the world. The serene waters near Hurghada, a popular resort town along Egypt's Red Sea, turned into a scene of terror. Vladimir Popov, a 23-year-old Russian man living in Egypt, was enjoying a swim when disaster struck. A tiger shark suddenly appeared. Witnesses watched helplessly as the predator circled Vladimir, its intentions chillingly clear. The water churned as the shark attacked repeatedly. Despite desperate cries for help and frantic attempts to save him, the shark pulled him under. It was a terrifying sight caught on video, leaving everyone shaken. Tiger sharks are known as one of the ocean's deadliest predators, but attacks like this are rare, especially in areas close to shore. Authorities acted quickly, shutting down a massive 74-kilometer stretch of coastline. Swimming, snorkeling, and diving were all banned as experts worked to understand what caused the shark's behavior. Shockingly, this wasn't the first tragedy in the Red Sea. In 2022, 2 other fatal shark attacks happened near Hurghada. Both victims were tourists, an Austrian woman and a Romanian man. Such incidents remind us how unpredictable and powerful nature can be. The Egyptian government captured the tiger shark responsible for Vladimir's death to investigate further. Many wondered, why did this happen? Was it human activity, changing ocean conditions, or just bad luck? The Russian consulate issued a warning, urging tourists to follow local safety rules. Ignoring signs or swimming in prohibited areas can be a deadly mistake. Before we move on to the next shocking story, make sure to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and tap the bell icon so you never miss other survival stories. Ben Nyambe. Ben Nyambe's incredible encounter with a python in Malindi, Kenya in 2009 is a jaw-dropping story of survival. While working on his farm, Nyambe accidentally stepped on a massive python hidden in the undergrowth. The snake reacted instantly, coiling around him in a deadly grip and beginning to constrict. What followed was a life-or-death struggle against one of nature's most powerful predators. Pythons kill by wrapping around their prey and squeezing until they can no longer breathe. Nyambe found himself in this terrifying situation as the snake began dragging him toward a tree, using the branches to immobilize him further. Despite the overwhelming odds, Nyambe refused to give up. With remarkable quick thinking, he fought back. In a desperate move, he bit the python's tail, startling the snake and buying himself a brief moment to act. He then used his shirt to cover the python's head, hoping to suffocate or confuse it. This creative act gave him a few precious moments to breathe and plan his next steps. The struggle continued for hours, with the snake refusing to loosen its grip. During this intense battle, Nyambe managed to pull out his cell phone and call for help. This decision probably saved his life, as local rescuers soon arrived with ropes to assist him. The team worked together to free Nyambe from the snake's powerful coils. After an exhausting 3-hour ordeal, they finally subdued the python. Rather than kill the snake, the rescuers took it to a sanctuary, where it was supposed to remain in captivity. However, in an ironic twist, the python escaped shortly afterwards, adding an almost mythical element to the story. Nyambe's experience is a testament to the unpredictability of nature and the human will to survive. Pythons, while not venomous, are incredibly strong and capable of taking down large prey, including humans under the right circumstances. Encounters like Nyambe's are rare, but serve as a reminder of the risks that come with living and working in areas where wildlife thrives. Experts recommend staying vigilant in areas where large snakes may be present. Awareness of surroundings, avoiding tall grass, and carrying basic tools can make a difference in potentially dangerous situations. In the unlikely event of a snake attack, keeping calm and finding creative ways to resist can increase the chances of survival. The lion attack in South Africa. Imagine being on a safari, surrounded by the awe-inspiring wildlife of Africa. For Catherine Chappell, this was the dream she was living in 2015. As she set out to capture the perfect photos of breathtaking animals, she could never have anticipated how quickly that dream could turn into a nightmare. Catherine, sitting in her car with the windows slightly rolled down, was admiring the wild beauty of her surroundings. Nearby, a lion lurked, seemingly waiting for the right moment. In a split second, the predator saw its opportunity. With incredible speed and strength, the lion lunged through the window, pulling Catherine from the safety of her car. Witnesses described the scene as chaotic and horrifying. Visitors to the safari park are always warned to keep their windows fully closed when driving through the big cat enclosure. But on that fateful day, Catherine did not heed the warning. Tragically, the lion's powerful jaws caused irreparable damage before help could arrive. Park rangers rushed to the scene, but it was too late to save Catherine. Her tragic death was a reminder of how unpredictable wildlife can be and how danger can strike even when we feel safe behind glass. Catherine was part of the Game of Thrones team that won an Emmy for the 2014 episode The Children, showing her talent and commitment to her work. Frank Harms. Frank Harms' frightening encounter with a mountain lion is a powerful reminder that nature, while beautiful, can also be incredibly dangerous. While on a routine walk with his dog in Morgan City, Alabama, Harms unexpectedly faced one of North America's most fearsome predators, a cougar, also known as a mountain lion. What began as a peaceful stroll quickly turned into a fight for survival. Unlike many wildlife encounters where animals retreat at the sight of humans, this mountain lion had no intention of backing off. It was on the hunt and saw Harms as potential prey. Realizing the danger, Harms tried to follow the usual advice of scaring off a predator. He shouted loudly and made himself look bigger, hoping the cougar would run away. But this time, the tactics didn't work. The cougar charged at Harms, knocking him to the ground. With no one around to help, his instincts took over. Harms reached for a pocket knife he had with him and began stabbing the cougar in a desperate attempt to defend himself. The struggle was intense, with the mountain lion determined to overpower him. But after repeated strikes, the animal finally gave up and ran off into the wilderness. Although Harms survived the attack, he was left with serious injuries. The mountain lion's bites and scratches had caused deep wounds, leaving him bloodied and shaken. Beyond the physical injuries, there was another pressing concern: the possibility of rabies. Mountain lions, like other wild animals, can carry diseases that pose risks to humans. Harms had to undergo several painful rabies shots as a precaution, adding to the ordeal of his painful experience. Mountain lion attacks on humans are rare, but they do happen, particularly in areas where human activity overlaps with the predator's natural habitat. Cougars are solitary and usually avoid people, but hunger, territory disputes, or illness can make them more aggressive. Harms' encounter serves as an example of how unpredictable wildlife can be and the importance of being prepared when venturing into nature. Experts advise carrying tools like whistles, bear spray, or even a sturdy stick when hiking or walking in areas known for predators. They also recommend keeping pets on a leash and avoiding trails at dawn or dusk when mountain lions are most active. While attacks like Harms are unusual, staying vigilant and prepared can make all the difference. Python swallows woman alive. People often claim that snakes are more afraid of you than you are of them. But when faced with a 22-foot-long, 6.7-meter python capable of swallowing nearly anything in its path, that sentiment becomes hard to believe. This terrifying reality hit home in October 2022 when a 54-year-old grandmother named Jara fell victim to one of nature's most formidable predators in a small Indonesian village. Jara left her home early that day, as usual, heading into the forest to work collecting rubber. When she failed to return, her husband became concerned and set out to look for her. He stumbled upon some of her belongings, including sandals and a headscarf, abandoned near a forested area known for its dense vegetation and wildlife. Alarmed, he quickly organized a search party of local villagers. As they combed through the forest, the search party encountered an enormous reticulated python. This species, known for being the longest snake in the world, had been documented to consume prey as large as deer, pigs, and occasionally even humans. What made this particular snake impossible to ignore was the large, suspicious bulge in its midsection. Fearing the worst, the villagers decided to kill the python. Once they cut it open, their grim suspicions were confirmed. Inside was Jara's lifeless body, still largely intact, indicating that she'd been swallowed whole. Experts believe that pythons use their strong muscles to constrict prey until they suffocate, then swallow it head first in a process that can take hours. This horrifying incident highlights the risks of human-wildlife interactions in areas where dense forests are home to large predators. Alligator drowns South Carolina man. Despite their intimidating size and sharp teeth, Alligator attacks on humans are exceptionally rare. When attacks do occur, they're often linked to human behavior that alters the animal's natural instincts. Feeding alligators, for example, can condition them to associate humans with food, making them bolder and more dangerous. This harsh reality became painfully clear with the tragic death of Michael Burstein in June 2022. Burstein, a resident of the Myrtle Beach Golf and Yacht Club community in South Carolina, was mowing the grass along the edge of a pond when he encountered an 11-foot, 3.4-meter alligator. Without warning, the massive reptile lunged out of the water, seized him, and dragged him below the surface. Witnesses and authorities reported that the alligator held Burstein underwater until he drowned. By the time first responders were able to recover his body, it was too late. In suburban and urban environments, where alligators are regularly exposed to human activity, they may begin to view people as a non-threatening part of their environment. While this does not necessarily make them aggressive, it increases the likelihood of encounters like the one that led to Burstein's death. Authorities captured and euthanized the alligator involved in the attack, following standard practice to ensure public safety and prevent similar incidents. This tragedy has reignited conversations about the need for public education on alligator safety. Residents in areas with active alligator populations are urged to avoid feeding the reptiles, maintain a safe distance from the water's edge, and remain vigilant when near ponds, lakes, or other bodies of water. Elephant kills woman and attacks her funeral. The story of Maya Murmu and the elephant that attacked her twice is both tragic and baffling. In June 2022, Maya, a 70-year-old woman from Odisha, India, was walking to a well when she encountered an Asian elephant that escaped from a nearby sanctuary. The animal trampled her before fleeing. Despite being rushed to a hospital, Maya succumbed to her injuries. What followed shocked her grieving family and community. During Maya's funeral ceremony, the same elephant returned, charging into the crowd near the unlit funeral pyre. It grabbed Maya's body, flung it into the air, and trampled it again before retreating into the forest. The bizarre and terrifying incident left everyone stunned. While experts have tried to explain the elephant's behavior, its actions remain puzzling. Elephants are known for their intelligence, strong memory, and emotional depth, which may have played a role. Some speculate the elephant had prior negative experiences with humans, leading to its aggression. Others think it was disoriented or stressed after escaping the sanctuary. If you like this video, hit that thumbs up button. If you love the content and want to be notified when the next video drops, click that subscribe button. From all of us at Scary True, we'll catch you on the next one.